Today I want to talk about the new Schwinn Aluminum Comp, or well, the new Schwinn Aluminum Comp, because there's been some changes. Per the Walmart website, it looks like they've replaced the Shimano Tourney with MicroSHIFT. I purchased one and I think this may be the MicroSHIFT, because the pricing $199, down from the $224 of our normal 2020 aluminum comp. So let's open this up, see if I actually got a MicroSHIFT. Actually, before I get to that, let me really quickly jump in and tell you it's been a couple of weeks since I published a video. That's because I have been riding like crazy. I've been on the trail every single day, sans about 1 or 2 for rain, with the new Project Comp V2. I'll tell you how that's going in a separate video, but trust me, it's pretty amazing. I also have the new Electric XP step through that you'll be seeing in the next day or two, and another e-bike. This one has mag wheels. There's a subset of people that want mag wheel bikes, so now one in an e-bike. So we'll be seeing that very soon in the next few days as well. And Project Boundary, finally complete. I've already had it on the trail. My initial impressions video coming by the end of the week. Alright, so let's get back to this new aluminum comp. By the way, here's all the boxing information because this does have a different part number on the Walmart website than the standard Schwinn Aluminum Comp for 2020. And again, I'm kind of hoping that I get this, so we'll see. So let's get into it. Now, every time I've ever done this, usually in my living room where I receive the boxes, I try to film it a lot, but the glue doesn't ever work with me. But in this case, it works perfectly. So let's see if this is the new MicroSHIFT accessory box. Get that out of the way. Okay, adjust the camera. This is kind of raw footage, more Kev Reviews style. By the way, if you don't know I have the extra channel, I do Kev Reviews. I'll put a link on your screen or down in the description. I believe I have a MicroSHIFT. See if I can tilt this up. Yes, do have MicroSHIFT. And behind all this stuff, there it is. A MicroSHIFT derailleur. Wow, that is really plasticky. Okay, let me get this out of the box. I'll get it put together and we'll take a closer look and see if there are any other differences. And here's the rear derailleur, the new MicroSHIFT, a MicroSHIFT 26C. This is a model I don't think I've ever seen before. And I mentioned it is plastic. I mean, it's all plastic. Now the arm is metal here, but this is all plastic, and it doesn't really feel like cheap plastic. It looks cheap. I like that cheap unfinished plastic. Here is a Shimano Tourney, like normally comes on the 2020 aluminum comp. You can see if I put it up to the hanger that the cage is slightly forward. Cage wheel slightly forward by about 1/2 inch, and this is lower by about 1/4 inch. But back at the derailleur body, see the MicroSHIFT, the Tourney sits forward of the MicroSHIFT, so this is back and higher. So don't know if that's going to matter to anyone, but there are 2 differences. There are the high and low limit adjustment screws, and I couldn't find the B limit. It's usually down in this area, but it's actually up here. Little silver screw there is the B limit. So that's our rear derailleur. We see there's still the standard hanger, so this looks like it uses the exact same hanger as the Shimano Tourney. Pan that up a little bit so you can see. There's our hanger, still the bolt-on rear wheel. Freewheel still 14 to 28 tooth. Looks like, yeah, the same KMC chain. Now there's no reason for them to change any of this stuff, the chain or this crank set, which looks to be the exact same crank set. Now this front derailleur, correct me if I'm wrong, maybe someone can go back and watch this and see, but I thought that the 2020 Boundary had a Tourney front derailleur. Did it have a generic one like this? Because this is just a cheap little $99 bike front derailleur. I mean, really flexy. So that's different as well. So front and rear derailleur. Let's look at the handlebars here. Now I do see here the hang tag. It still mentions 21-speed Shimano Easyfire trigger shifters with Shimano rear derailleur. That tells me that this is going to be a very temporary thing. So we should go back to Shimano as soon as the shortage is over. I decided I'm not going to assemble this bike, not put the bars on it, because I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Talk about that in just a second, but this is what I was curious about. Yes. Okay, so nice. All right, let me finish unwrapping these. This may be a good thing. I don't know as to what. I wouldn't want Schwinn to just keep using this MicroSHIFT stuff, because look at this. Well, let me get standard Easyfire. Here is an Easyfire setup. They're the same on both sides, except this is the left side, so for the 3 front gears, and on the right it would be the 7 rear gears. But you notice something here. The brake lever is integrated into the shift assembly, and that means when I go to upgrade, tape stuck all over me here. When I go to upgrade this, I have a problem with hydraulic brakes. You can't go just hydraulic brakes because then lose the shifter. I can't swap out shifters without also doing brakes because the brake lever is integrated into this Shimano Easyfire setup. And again, that's one negative of these, but the positive is they're rock solid. These work reliably and work well. You know, they're not the fastest shifter, but they work, and that's important. This, however, still have trigger shifters, but check this out. Also, now the Easyfire is a thumb and trigger finger shifter setup. Go down here, up here. Hard to do without it on the bike. This is a dual thumb. See that? So not bad, but the big thing that I'm already starting to like here is I have the 2 separate components. There is a shifter, and separate to that, the brake lever. And proof of that can be seen with the bolt. There's the bolt to bolt on the brake lever. Here's the bolt to bolt on the shifter assembly. So this could be slid off. So if you wanted to upgrade on this bike with this MicroSHIFT setup, if I wanted to upgrade to hydraulic brakes without changing out the drivetrain, I could do so. Or if I wanted to change out the drivetrain, change to a better derailleur, different shifter set, whatever, I could keep the factory brakes for as long as I needed to. That is a big deal. And here we see the other side, triggers for shifting, a separate brake lever. That is a big deal, a very big deal. Now the question is this going to shift out as good as a Shimano Tourney? Well, according to the Walmart website, it's equal to, but I haven't ridden it yet. And this is my first MicroSHIFT 26C. I never, as I mentioned before, never that I'm aware of, ridden that setup. So I don't know, but that's my dilemma here. Do I take this new bike, put it together, ride it, and give kind of a base review on what this MicroSHIFT 26C is like, at least versus a Tourney, or do I be a nice guy and sell this to someone locally? Because there are a lot of people that are contacting me that want a new aluminum comp but can't find them in the stores. I'm sure many of you, I know many of you, because I see the comments. Do I pass this on to someone else locally, or do I try out this MicroSHIFT 26C in a review video? And I'm going to let you decide which one I should do. So comment below with what you want to happen. Should I be the nice guy and pass this brand new, only a few zip ties snipped off, and pass a brand new bike onto someone else locally, or make a review video out of this? So comment below with either review or be a nice guy in the midst of any other comments that you have about this bike. And also, if you think it's better to go to this new MicroSHIFT setup or keep the older Tourney. Because there are trade-offs. I mean, tried and true versus options. Brake levers, shifter being separate. You know, which would you prefer? So comment with that. And also factor in the price. Remember, $199 for this new, at least currently, for this new MicroSHIFT equipped version, whether it be temporary or what they do. $224 previously for the 2020 aluminum comp. I think I've stumbled across another subtle difference, an undocumented difference. I looked down at the rotors and they just looked a hair thicker than I remembered seeing. So I got out my calipers, and on the original aluminum comp rotors they were 1.7 millimeters. I checked these and they're 1.9 millimeter. So, I don't know if it was just optical illusion that caused me to first check, but slightly thicker rotors. That could be just variation in manufacture, or maybe they went to a different supplier. And so far, that's all I see. Be sure to comment below with what direction you think I should go with this bike, or if there's anything you spotted on it. And if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed and you have that notification bell active so you can catch all the new videos that are about to drop. Thanks for watching and have a great day.